Demeter, the goddess of agriculture and fertility, holds a place of immense importance in Greek mythology. She is often depicted with symbols of abundance, such as a crown of wheat and a cornucopia, representing her role as the provider of nourishment and life. She is the giver of grain, the one who ensures the land flourishes and provides sustenance for all. The fields of golden wheat and the bountiful harvests are all attributed to her divine influence. Farmers in ancient Greece would often offer prayers and sacrifices to Demeter, seeking her blessings for a fruitful yield. Without Demeter, the ancient Greeks believed, there would be no harvests, no food, and ultimately no life. Her absence would mean barren fields and empty granaries, leading to famine and despair. Festivals such as the Thesmophoria were held in her honor, celebrating the fertility of the earth and the cycles of planting and reaping. From the moment seeds are sown to the time of harvest, Demeter watches over the fields, her presence felt in the rustling of leaves and the ripening of fruit. The gentle breeze that sways the crops and the vibrant blossoms on fruit trees are seen as her blessings, ensuring that the earth remains fertile and productive. She embodies the nurturing spirit of the earth, the life-giving force that sustains humanity. Her influence extends beyond just the physical growth of plants. It encompasses the very essence of life and renewal. The act of planting seeds and watching them grow into thriving plants is a reflection of Demeter's nurturing care. Demeter's story is not just about the bounty of nature, but also about the powerful bonds of familial love. Her relationship with her daughter Persephone is central to her myth and highlights the deep emotional connections that define human relationships. The love between mother and daughter is a recurring theme in many cultures, and Demeter's tale is a poignant example of this universal bond. Her unwavering devotion to her daughter Persephone is a testament to the depth of a mother's love and the lengths she will go to protect her child. When Persephone was abducted by Hades and taken to the underworld, Demeter's grief was so profound that it caused the earth to wither and die. Her relentless search for Persephone and her eventual reunion with her daughter symbolized the enduring strength of maternal love. Through the myth of Demeter and Persephone, the ancient Greeks explained the changing seasons, the cycle of life, death, and rebirth that governs the natural world. The descent of Persephone into the underworld and her return to the Earth's surface mark the transition between the barren winter months and the fertile spring season. This cyclical pattern reflects the natural rhythms of growth and decay, mirroring the agricultural cycles that were so vital to ancient societies. It is a story that continues to resonate with us today, reminding us of the eternal power of nature and the enduring strength of familial bonds. The myth of Demeter and Persephone serves as a timeless reminder of the interconnectedness of life and the importance of nurturing both the earth and our relationships. As we witness the changing seasons and the cycles of growth and renewal, we are reminded of Demeter's enduring legacy and the profound impact of her story on our understanding of the natural world. Demeter's story, like many in Greek mythology, begins with the Titans. The Titans were a powerful race of deities who ruled during the legendary Golden Age. They were the children of Uranus, the sky, and Gaia, the earth, and they held dominion over the cosmos before the rise of the Olympian gods. She is the daughter of Cronus, the ruler of the Titans, and Rhea, his sister and wife. Cronus and Rhea were among the 12 original Titans, and their union was both a partnership of power and a family bond. Cronus, fearing a prophecy that he would be overthrown by his own children, swallowed each of them whole as soon as they were born. This prophecy haunted him, as it was foretold that one of his offspring would rise against him and take his throne. Rhea, desperate to save her children, tricked Cronus into swallowing a stone instead of her youngest child, Zeus. She hid Zeus in a cave on the island of Crete, where he was raised in secret by nymphs and fed on the milk of the divine goat, Amalthea. Zeus grew up in secret and eventually challenged his father, forcing him to regurgitate his siblings, Hestia, Hera, Poseidon, Hades, and Demeter. This act of defiance marked the beginning of a great war between the Titans and the Olympians, known as the Titanomachy. These 6 siblings would become the first of the Olympian gods, overthrowing the Titans and ushering in a new era of divine rule. The Olympians, led by Zeus, established their reign on Mount Olympus, where they would preside over the world and its inhabitants. Demeter, forever marked by the trauma of being swallowed by her own father, carried a deep-seated fear of loss and a fierce protectiveness over those she loved. This protectiveness extended not only to her divine siblings but also to humanity, as she became the goddess of the harvest and agriculture, ensuring the fertility of the earth and the sustenance of mankind. As the goddess of the harvest, Demeter was revered by ancient Greeks for her role in providing food and sustenance. Her influence was seen in the changing seasons, the growth of crops, and the cycle of life and death. Festivals such as the Thesmophoria were held in her honor, celebrating the fertility of the land and the blessings of the harvest. Temples dedicated to Demeter were built across Greece, where worshippers would offer grains, fruits, and other agricultural produce in gratitude for her gifts. Her myths and stories were passed down through generations, highlighting her importance in the pantheon of Greek gods and her enduring legacy in the natural world. As one of the 12 Olympian gods, Demeter held a position of great honor and respect. While other gods concerned themselves with war, love, or the underworld, Demeter's focus remained firmly on the earth and its bounty. She was not a goddess of the untamed wilderness, but of cultivated land, of fields plowed and sown, of orchards carefully tended. Her presence brought forth the bounty of the harvest, the ripening of grain, the swelling of grapes on the vine, the abundance of fruits and vegetables that sustained humanity. Though she preferred the company of nymphs and the feel of rich soil beneath her feet, Demeter understood the importance of her role within the Olympian pantheon. She was, after all, responsible for the very sustenance that allowed both gods and mortals to thrive. Section 4. A bountiful gift, Demeter's role in teaching agriculture to humanity. In the early days of humanity, when people still lived as hunter-gatherers, Demeter took pity on their struggle for survival. She saw their constant search for food, their vulnerability to the whims of nature, and decided to share her gift with them. Traveling among mortals in disguise, Demeter taught them the art of agriculture. She showed them how to plow the land, sow seeds, and nurture the growing plants. With her guidance, humans learned to cultivate crops, ensuring a more stable and plentiful food supply. This gift of agriculture was transformative. It allowed humans to settle in one place, build communities, and develop civilizations. Demeter's act of compassion not only ensured the survival of humanity, but also laid the foundation for the development of human culture and society. Section 5. Symbols of the harvest, Demeter's iconography and representation. Demeter's association with agriculture and fertility is reflected in the symbols most closely associated with her. She is often depicted with a crown of wheat, the golden stalks representing the bounty of the harvest, and her role as the provider of sustenance. The cornucopia, a horn overflowing with fruits, vegetables, and grains, is another symbol closely linked to Demeter. It represents the abundance and prosperity that she brings to the land and to those who honor her. In many depictions, Demeter is shown holding a torch or a pair of torches. These symbolize her tireless search for her daughter, Persephone, who was abducted to the underworld. The torches represent the unwavering hope and determination that fueled her quest to be reunited with her beloved child. Section 6. The golden hair of the goddess, Demeter's connection to wheat and grain. Wheat, with its golden stalks and life-giving grain, holds a special significance in Demeter's iconography. It represents the cycle of life, death, and rebirth that is central to Demeter's mythology. Just as a single grain of wheat must be buried in the darkness of the earth to sprout and grow, so too must Persephone descend into the underworld each year for the land to experience the rebirth of spring. Demeter's own hair is often described as being the color of ripe wheat, further emphasizing her connection to this vital crop. Her tears, shed in grief over Persephone's absence, are said to have fallen to the earth and transformed into the first seeds of grain, a poignant reminder of the link between a mother's sorrow and the cycle of nature. In ancient Greece, the cultivation of wheat was not just an agricultural activity, but a sacred ritual. Farmers would offer the first sheaves of wheat to Demeter, seeking her blessings for a bountiful harvest. This act symbolized the deep respect and reverence they had for the goddess who controlled the fertility of the earth. The Eleusinian Mysteries, one of the most significant religious rites in ancient Greece, were dedicated to Demeter and her daughter Persephone. These mysteries celebrated the story of Persephone's descent and return, mirroring the agricultural cycle of planting and harvesting. Initiates of the Eleusinian Mysteries believed that they would gain deeper insights into the secrets of life and death, much like the grain that must die to give life. The symbolism of wheat in Demeter's mythology extends beyond mere sustenance. It embodies the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Through the changing seasons, Demeter's story reminds us of the resilience and continuity of life. As the earth rests in winter and awakens in spring, so too do we find hope and renewal in the cycles of our own lives. Demeter's connection to wheat and grain is a testament to the profound relationship between humanity and nature, a bond that has been honored and revered for millennia. And so, as we look upon the golden fields of wheat, we are reminded of Demeter's enduring legacy and the timeless cycles that sustain us all. The goddess's story is woven into the very fabric of the earth, a narrative of growth, loss, and renewal that continues to inspire and nourish us. In every grain of wheat, we see the reflection of Demeter's love and the promise of life's eternal return.